All right, good. Little Muskies 66, Bobcats 56.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome your Cambridge Bobcats.
When you're ready to hit it, you let me know, and then we'll start here. Good evening, everyone. Welcome once again to high school basketball on ESPN Cambridge tonight. Cambridge Bobcats back in the friendly confines of Gene Ford Gymnasium, taking on the John Glenn Muskies. Boca Fury, Mike Snively, courtside tonight to give you the call as the Muskies come in 3-0 on the season, and the Bobcats at 2-3. Cambridge's first non-league season. Now listen to our pregame show. Want to remind everybody tonight, this game is being streamed live on Facebook at AVC Sports. You can also see it streamed live at youtube.com/YRPTV. Or if you just want to listen to us, you can listen. And maybe we've got a few people with the earbuds here in the stands tonight, and that's great too. Our pregame tonight brought to you by Mr. Lee's Restaurant, 2000 East Wheeling Avenue in Cambridge. Mr. Lee's is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, serving delicious home-cooked meals. And Mike, you and I both look like, well, okay, mostly me. It looked like we haven't missed any of those delicious home-cooked meals.
Well, that's not the case here anymore, especially we're around the holidays. And, yeah, I've been around the dinner table and refrigerator for leftovers quite a few times in the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Looking forward to the next several weeks, and we'll have a little bit more of that.
Yeah, we get some bowl season coming up, some basketball, and a lot of good eating and spending time with the fam.
And for college students, this is the time of year many of them come back, and this game, as well as many other local rivalry games, have kind of become a staple of the holidays now. Cambridge and John Glenn, Cambridge and Meadowbrook, and those kinds of games have been scheduled purposely for a time when you see a little bit bigger crowds and a lot of guys and gals coming back from college.
Yeah, and it just makes sense. I mean, you got this little game here. These schools are separated by 10 miles or less, and they're both in the East District. They're both Division II. it's going to bring in good money, so why not play the game? And these two teams have been playing for a few years now.
Muskies, after a prolonged run in the postseason in football, had to kind of delay the basketball season a little bit, but it's like they haven't skipped a beat under Coach Woodard. 3-0 to start the season and have prospects for another outstanding year.
Yeah, they just got started last week. They beat Philo, a good Maysville team, of Crooksville, all by 20-plus points. So if that's any indication, if they were going to be off to a slow start, that you were wrong. But yeah, they got 3 good wins. And a lot of their players are football players, so they had to delay, and they're going to have to play 3, I believe, this week too. So they're going to have to play 6 games in 2 weeks, and I believe they're in a holiday tournament down at Ohio University Eastern versus a West Virginia perennial Class A school, Wheeling Central. So they got to get back in basketball shape. They've got some guys that's still not in that basketball shape, football shape, and basketball shape's a little bit different. You have 40 seconds off between a play at football. In basketball, it's nonstop. So, when you get in basketball shape, the shots start going down a little more often in terms of John Glenn.
Yeah, I had a chance to talk with both coaching staffs, and you're in that first quarter of the season. You're still kind of getting in game shape. Of course, the Bobcats have played 5 games, the Muskies 3. Both teams have played all league games. The Muskies not only 3-0, but those are all league games. For the Bobcats, 2-3, and those are all league games. Something a little unusual is jumping right in on league schedule, but that there's a lot of room early in the season for improvement. And Coach Slaughter, we talked to him a little bit earlier, and he's seeing his young team kind of make some progress, but still a lot of things to take care of over the Christmas break. And talking with the Muskies coaching staff very similarly, is that once you have those guys together for about 2 weeks of just that practice, and that's all you get to focus on, you see a lot of improvement over that time.
Yeah, you do. And Coach Slaughter, he started off the year with a 2-0, beat Coshocton and Riverview, and then he kind of hit the teeth of the schedule, so to speak. He ran into Meadowbrook. A game, he was probably 5 or 6 possessions away from that game being a lot closer. The Marietta game we had here last week was just an unbelievable finish, and Cambridge had 3 or 4 times to win chances to win that game, and then up at Dover, you go up to Dover and it's just a tough place to win, and they weren't able to put the ball in the hole in the first half. But yeah, Coach Slaughter just getting his feet wet here in the first half, and John Glenn's going to prove to be a very good opponent tonight here in Cambridge.
Muskies and the Bobcats hooking up tonight in basketball. Last season, these teams met 2 times, and they split those games. The Bobcats winning the regular season contest 60-43 at John Glenn. The Muskies prevailed in the sectional finals 62-30. We're going to take a break here on our pregame, again brought to you by Mr. Lee's Restaurant. Stay tuned. We'll come back and take a closer look at tonight's matchup right after this.
ABC Sports presents John Glenn versus Cambridge High School Basketball. Tonight's game is brought to you by Orm Hardware, Cambridge Physical Therapy, Ron Guthrie State Farm Insurance, West 40 Auto Sales, Abel's Electric Heating and Cooling, and Doan Ford. Pre-game is brought to you by Mr. Lee's Restaurant.
When you think hardware, you think like most people from this area have for more than 130 years. And that'd be Orm Do It Best Hardware, of course. Known everywhere for a terrific selection, Orm Hardware has become the destination for whatever your needs might be. And being open 7 days a week till 8 o'clock weeknights makes it convenient too. Top name brands, helpful advice when you want it, all the services like screen and window repair, mower repair, keys made, UPS shipping. It all adds up to Orm Do It Best Hardware.
This is Chris Rocco from Cambridge Physical Therapy Center. We have been serving you in the Cambridge area since 1999 and are located at 216 Highland Avenue. We are the area's only locally owned independent physical therapy center. We specialize in physical therapy for chronic conditions, post-surgery conditions, work-related injuries, and sports injuries. We are providers for most major insurance along with Medicare, Medicaid, and workers' compensation. So when you need physical therapy, call Cambridge Physical Therapy Center at 439-7177.
Doan Ford has served our valued customers for over 50 years with superior sales and service, and that's why they say,
for the best selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, check Doan Ford.
I'm not buying till I check Doan Ford.
At Ron Guthrie Insurance Agency in Cambridge, they believe in personal one-on-one service. For banking and auto, home, and life insurance, stop by their office at 320 South 11th Street or call 432-4128 for a free quote. Ron Guthrie Insurance offers 24/7 claim service and multi-line discounts. Ron, Jill, and the staff at Ron Guthrie Insurance will personally handle all your insurance needs. That's Ron Guthrie Insurance, your friendly hometown insurance agency at 320 South 11th Street in Cambridge.
Hi, I'm George Shahady, owner at West 40 Auto Sales, where for over 25 years we've specialized in selling and financing pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs for under $15,000. And here at West 40 Auto Sales, we have guaranteed financing, which means everyone gets approved. Most vehicles come with warranties and are checked by the mechanic on site to make sure your deal is right. And remember, at West 40 Auto Sales, cash always gets you a discount. So call us today at 740-439-5504 or check us out on the web at west40autosales.com and see what we can do for you.
Everything we do is in search of more go. We go, so it goes, so you can go.
Abel's Heating, Cooling, Electrical, and Refrigeration. They have 2 convenient locations in Cambridge and Zanesville to serve the area.
It's hard to stop a train.
Doan Ford has served our valued customers for over 50 years with superior sales and service, and that's why they say,
For an open, honest sales transaction, check Doan Ford.
I'm not buying till I check Down Ford.
Muskies here at Gene Ford Gymnasium. It is kind of almost a holiday atmosphere. I know the students know exactly how many days are left in their school till the break, as do the teachers.
I think most of the area, and including these 2 schools, are off. Tomorrow's their last day.
And tomorrow's really not a day of school, it's a day.
No, tomorrow's just a get it done, last school day of 2017, just be there.
Muskies at 3-0, the Bobcats at 2-3. Cambridge on the home floor, winless so far this year. Both the Bobcat wins have come on the road, and the Muskies have been on the road a little bit themselves and have come up with 3 wins. The JV contest went the way of the Muskies tonight, 66-56. Actually, this is game 3 of a tripleheader. The first game tonight, the freshman contest, as the young Bobcats came away with that one. Tonight's starting lineup looked like this for the visiting Muskies tonight in their maroon and white uniforms. 6'1" senior Casey Smith, 6'2" junior Josh Rayleigh, Justin Haycock, 5'11" senior Sam Kumler, 6'1" sophomore in the starting lineup, along with Jack Williams, a 5'10" junior for the 3-0 Muskies. And the Muskies will try to go about 8, 9, maybe 10 deep tonight as they utilize a lot of their bench and try to keep that defensive intensity up in your face as they run their motion offense as well. For the Bobcats, under first-year coach Andy Slaughter, they will start Nicholas Oliver, 5'9" junior, 5'10" junior Trent Valentine, Alex Valentine, Trent's brother, at 6'1" and a senior, Connor Alshire, 6'2" senior, and Connor Lepla, a 6'2" senior for the Bobcats. And for the stats that we have provided for us from Ray Sims, Connor Lepla off to an outstanding start here to his senior year, averaging 23 points a game through 5 games for the Bobcats. He has been their go-to guy, shooting over 70% on his 2-point shots. That's pretty good.
He's shooting almost, 72% on 2-point shots. Overall, including his 3-pointers, he's shooting almost 70%. And how many times do you see this, though, the big guy? In any level. The big guy shooting 72% from the field and 58% from the free throw line.
With nobody guarding you?
Nobody guarding you 15 feet away. So it's not uncommon.
Yeah.
We see it a lot. And free throw shooting's been a problem for Cambridge all year. They're only shooting 57%. Shooting in general has been a problem. Cambridge has only made 8 3-pointers in 5 games. They are 8 of 46 from 3-point range, which is a 17%. And they're struggling, Bill, with turnovers. And they're averaging almost 20 turnovers a game. And if you're going to have 20 turnovers per game, you're not going to win too many games when you're throwing the ball away that many times.
And certainly that's not the situation with John Glenn. The three-pointer is something they live with, and they shoot it very well.
Shoot it well. They're going to want to play fast. They're going to have basically 5 guards on the floor at all times, and all 5 are going to be able to chuck it from 22 feet and have the ability to make it. So, several years ago we sat here the first game of the year and said, remember that team with Rackley and Weir and that crew? And we thought, I wondered, man, is that team that good? I just can't believe they beat a team by 55 points. Well, there's comparisons to that team with this team. Not that high of comparisons, but this team's got a lot of potential. This team was in the district finals last year, took Meadowbrook to the wire up in Coshocton in front of about 2,500 people, and they got everybody back. So you know they've got some experienced players, and they're trying to catch their stride here in only their 4th game of the year.
Oh, Coach Woodard deserves a lot of credit for that because this team reloads every year under him. There's no rebuilding. These kids, they know there are high expectations for them. And one of those expectations on his end is they're going to play intense defense. They're going to play very fundamentally sound basketball, and they're going to shoot it well. And those are the things that you're going to get when you play them all the time.
And you're right. They defend well, and they play hard. And when you got 10, 11 guys that can play, you can afford to go out there and give that extra effort because you got somebody reliable that's going to come in and do a good job taking your place. You go get your break because your opportunity is going to arise again.
Coach Slaughter, on the other hand, in his first season, still trying to feel out where the strengths are in this team. And certainly the strengths for the Bobcats right now lie in their interior people, Connor Lepla and Connor Alshire. If the Bobcats, and they have early in the season, shown some patience when they can get into that half-court set and work it around, reverse the ball, and get it into the post, they can be very successful. But many young teams tend to be impatient sometimes.
Right.
And they don't value possessions. And those have been some of the problems the Cats have experienced.
Right, you made a great point. It seems like every time, I believe this is my 3rd game going Cambridge this year, it seems like every time they are able to reverse the floor 2 or 3 times, they are able to get that inside entry pass to the post, and that's why Lepla's shooting 70-some%. And Alshire is very effective in there as well. And when they are patient, they're able to do that. Defensively, they're going to have to play a little helter-skelter, maybe mix some things up, change that defense up because there's the possibility John Glenn could have they have a potential potent offense.
Pre-game winding down here. We want to thank Mr. Lee's Restaurant for sponsoring our pre-game here. Remember, they're open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, serving delicious home-cooked meals. We're going to take a break as we have the national anthem and get other things set here. We'll be back with tonight's opening tip-off right after these messages.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to Cambridge High School and G4
Gymnasium for another exciting evening of Bobcat basketball. Tonight, the Bobcats will host the Little Muskies from John Glenn High School. Now to Under America, please rise and join the Cambridge High School pep band for the playing of our national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner. Thank you. Let's meet their starting lineups. First, the visiting team from John Glenn High School. Wearing number 20, Casey Smith. Number 22, Josh Rayleigh. Number 24, Justin Haycock. Number 32, Sam Kumler. And number 55, Jack Williams. The Little Muskies are coached by Mr. Greg Woodard. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing your Fighting Bobcats. Number 0, Nicholas Oliver.
Gene Ford Gymnasium.
Number 2, Trent
Cambridge High School. Bobcats hosting the Muskies tonight. John Glenn comes in at 3-0. And the Bobcats at 2-3. Bill Guthrie, Mike Snively. And again, reminding you this game is being streamed live on Facebook at ABC Sports or on YouTube, YRP TV. Check us out there or just listen.
A lot of options tonight.
A lot of options.
Back in my day, we had one channel. Well,
and
maybe
that's if
10.
the antenna was bent just the right direction.
Yeah, a lot of options tonight.
You had to hold the wire and hold the radio up, had the little transistor radio.
And with all these options, we still have a great crowd here tonight.
Good crowd tonight. Everybody, and I love the John Glenn student section, all dressed in jerseys tonight.
Jersey night. You see a little bit of everything.
Football and basketball. I see the Celtics and the Cavs and the Steelers and the
I see a little bit of everything.
Lakers.
There's some old ones up at Rod Woodson Steelers jersey I see. Larry Bird. Those are some of the older ones I see. Good stuff.
Casey Smith in the center circle along with Connor Lepla.
They're going to have to remove the John Glenn student with the Patriots jersey on them.
That ball tapped around a couple of times. Finally, the Muskies come down with it. Haycock up ahead finds Kumler. And the Muskies on top very quickly, 2-0.
Straight up pressure by the Muskies.
Pressure, and that ball tapped out of bounds. Muskies came right out and jumped on the Bobcats there quickly. And the Cats a pass away from getting their own fast break. Alshire will trigger it in near half court. Good man-to-man defense. Trent Valentine has to work hard just to get that one inbounds. He'll work against Williams. Man-to-man. To Alex Valentine right wing.
Just like we expected, man-to-man pressure in your face by the Muskies.
Alshire trying to feed it to Lepla, who's coming to him from the weak side. Tipped out of bounds by the Muskies. It will be Bobcat ball, trailing 2-0. And it will be Lepla on the trigger. Alshire in the corner. Cats reverse it out on top. Trying to get it back inside. Tapped away by Kumler. He'll have it in the corner right side. Check that. That is Rayleigh. Back out on top, Williams. To Kumler. Slashes, kicks it to Haycock. And they'll reset on top the Cats with man-to-man.
4 out, 1 in right now. Now it's 5 out, 0 people in. Just a pass and cut. Wide open lane here on offense for the Muskies.
Haycock feeds it down low, kicks it back out. Cats close it out on Williams. His pass back out on top, and they'll reset at the 7-minute mark. Muskies on top, 2-0. Haycock handles the ball and the pressure well. Splits defenders, kicks it to the corner. There's the 3 ball by Kumler. That's in and out, no good. And Alex Valentine rips it down for the Bobcats.
Valentine's been a great rebounder for the Bobcats this season.
Cats down the deuce here early. Alshire off the dribble, trying to backdoor pass it to Trent Valentine. That one tapped away again by the Muskies defense. Very seldom will you see the Muskies out of position. They've tapped several passes here already tonight.
That's the key. Once you put your fingers on the ball, anything can happen. That ball can go anywhere.
Alshire, baseline left side, looking, finally out on top to Oliver. 6.5 left, opening period. Trent Valentine, right side, splits defenders, goes over to brother Alex. He works baseline, tries to wrap it around. That one wouldn't go. Pulled down by Williams, and he'll push it up the right side. Swings it back. The Muskies reverse it. Kumler down the lane, went airborne, and Lepla, standing his ground, will draw the charge. Lepla drew a couple of those the other night up at Dover. Also got himself in foul trouble in the first half with 3, but that is our first foul of the night.
Kumler was cutting through the lane, gets the pass from Haycock, wasn't expecting to get the pass, and ran himself into a charge.
Cats working against full court pressure into Lepla. He'll handle it up the floor to Valentine in the corner. Back out on top to brother Trent. Now Alshire at the 6-minute mark. Works it left side to Lepla. Look for the post feed. Takes it back out. Oliver, deep three, short of the mark. Pulled down by the Muskies Rayleigh. He'll push it up the left side. Haycock, as the defender Oliver comes up on him. Haycock lost the handle. Lepla picks it up, takes it in, and he'll draw the foul by Rayleigh, and he'll go to the line to shoot two. Rayleigh just trying to avoid the layup that time.
Looks like Rayleigh may have taken a shot in the nose, kind of pointed to his nose, and he immediately needed a sub.
Parker Zacharick will check in, 5'9" senior. As the Bobcats, they'll call that foul on the floor before the shot. So no continuation there. Alshire will take it inbound.
I could see that be calling a two-shot foul as well.
Yeah. Lepla trying to take that step towards the basket. Oliver in the corner, won't take that three. Back to Lepla at the foul line, trying to back his way down into a double team. Lost a handle on it, ball loose on the floor. Still down there, and the Muskies, Kumler has it and then gets fouled. If they call Alshire or Valentine, and it will be Alshire with his first foul. Team's first for the Bobcats. Good hustle that time. Both teams scrapping for it all the way up the floor.
Yeah, both teams with 2 early turnovers.
Muskies have already set the precedent. They are not going to let you dribble down the lane without there being heavy contact.
Now I think we've got maybe Alshire may have been dinged.
He's a little woozy,
He went over and sat down in the bleachers, and I don't, he's going to have some help.
They are going to help him to the sideline. He popped up a little bit, but he did look like he kind of,
now he's going to go down.
They're going to set him down. So they're going to tend to Connor Alshire, as he was one of those players going for the ball and bodies collided with each other. And they're going to tend to him on the floor. We're going to take a break as they do that. 5:31 left here in the opening period. Is 2-0 John Glenn. We'll be back right after these messages. Back at Gene Ford Gymnasium, we have a stoppage here. Really early first period, 5:31 left. It's 2-0 John Glenn, but the Bobcats have a player down on the floor. That is Connor Alshire, 6'2" senior, and they're tending to him. He was up and then back down again, and they got out on the floor and tended to him, but he took a shot to the head
He
at some
took a
point.
shot, yeah, and he walked over toward the bleachers, sat in the front row, and I thought that was odd. Then I thought, wait a minute, there's something wrong here. And then he tries to get up kind of wobbly, and then all of a sudden he about went down. So
there were people on him,
staff
helping him at that point, but they have been tending to him on the gym floor since then. As clearly, and they're talking to him, and physically he seemed fine for a moment, but then clearly woozy. He was part of the group of players as there was a loose ball on the floor. He dove down there after it, as did a number of other players.
There must be blood on the floor as well, too, Bill, because they're cleaning up some spots there.
Yeah, on his left temple, I think they've got a bandage on there. He must have hit it, collided with somebody's knee or somebody else's head. And not only is he going to have to be tended to for that cut, but they'll have to put him through the concussion protocol as well.
Absolutely, he's definitely. And, in basketball, it can be worse because you don't have a helmet.
Yeah.
And you're going on that, and you're not going on grass or turf. You're going on a hardwood floor. So best wishes to Connor Alshire.
Yeah, that's unfortunate not only for him, but certainly his teammates, who's now their attention is going to be called away from the game, thinking about their teammate.
And that was a typical Connor play. Diving, hustling, 100%. They're still looking for blood on the floor.
Well, the young man's had a lot of adversity, and he's come back from it. He had shoulder problems last year that sidelining for the last part of the season and had surgery on that and has come back from that. And
it's never stopped him from giving 100% though.
Has not. He will be replaced in the lineup by senior Mason Long for the Bobcats. And I believe the foul was actually on Alshire. So he'll pick up the foul as his last part of business before he exited here. Still early, though.
Still early, and, a lot of people, the first thought that comes to my mind, and this was not a spinal injury, but it was the Shazier, Ryan Shazier, the former Buckeye and Steeler now getting hurt. And but this was in no way like that if you did not see it. It was more of a kind of a getting knocked out type thing. But I don't think he ever did get knocked out unconscious. But he did almost go down.
So the Muskies off the foul. They're going to have possession, leading 2-0. And it will be Kumler who will inbound it midcourt, out on top to Haycock. He'll go backdoor cut. Nice play. Williams missed the layup from the left side, though, and Trent Valentine clears it down. Williams had a nice look that time as he slashed backdoor.
Very good look. Just got to finish it there, the young sophomore, and I'm sure he won't miss too many of those.
Muskies defense extending the Bobcats again. Tapped away out on top, and another Cambridge turnover. Zacharick comes up with a loose ball. Swings it left side. Kumler in the corner. Fake the three. Takes it hard to the basket. He'll get hammered and head to the line. Kumler, just a sophomore, has already shown some skills.
Yeah, first thing I thought, and he's a 6'1" sophomore, so he's still got some room to grow, but he could definitely a great ball handler.
Kumler has the Muskies bucket, misses the front end here. That foul on Alex Valentine, his first, team second. Alex will step out, and for the Bobcats, sophomore Jaden Bailey, 6-footer, steps in. 4:58 left first period, still 2-0 John Glenn. Kumler's second free throw, and that one bounds away as well. Along with a rebound. Gets it out to Valentine.
John Glenn picks up, runs, and jumps even after a miss.
Tried to trap it half court. Valentine handles that one. Bailey, left side. Off the dribble. Williams tight on him. Beats him to the basket and draws contact, and 2 shots there. John Glenn, I tell you what, a lot of contact. And that foul on Casey Smith.
Jaden Bailey, also a sophomore. Very aggressive there, goes in, gets the foul. Bobcats struggling right now, 0 points here. Almost first half of the first quarter.
Bailey at the line so far in the season, 2 of 2. He'll miss his first attempt as the Muskies go to the bench here. Shane Bonner steps in along with Reese Perkins, another sophomore. And the second free throw off the back of the rim, no good. Lepla had the rebound and stripped out of his hand, and they'll call the reach in, I believe, on Bonner, who steps in and picks up a quick foul. Team's fourth, his first. The Bobcats still trying to score here. Inbounded out on top, nearly stolen away by Zacharick. Right side, Bailey. Used the dribble, skips it across. Valentine down low to Lepla. Triple team, kicks it back out. Oliver passed on the 3. Again to Lepla in the paint. Through 3. Defender still found a way and gets it done. He was triple team.
And then Cambridge knows where it's going. John Glenn knows where it's going, yes. John.
Long pass the other way. Perkins posted up, running the floor well. The Cats late to get back, and they'll draw the foul.
And that's the one thing you got to watch about John Glenn. You score on one end, you don't have time to celebrate. You've got to get back defensively, or that's exactly what happens.
Perkins will head to the line, and he can't make a free throw. So far we've had 5 free throws. None of them have gone down for either team.
Surprisingly low-scoring game at this point.
Perkins misses again. That ball tapped around and still loose on the floor. Finally, well, now we're going to have a tie-up as Long and Haycock get down after it, and this arrow will go to the Bobcats. It's been kind of
Wow.
Scrappy, but sloppy.
Sloppy, yes, it has been. And, boy, I tell you what, I just wasn't expecting this. It'll settle in.
Full court pressure by the Muskies. Bobcats have turned it over a few times. Long handle it in the backcourt, and he mishandles it here. And he's not the guy that the Cats probably wanted bringing it up the floor there, as Oliver was down the floor and Valentine out of position. So Cambridge turns it over again. And now Elliott Kirby will step in, and Long will take a seat. 2-2 halfway through the first period.
And that's the thing, Alshire did help bring the ball up in the press. He's gone, so that's going to put Long in a different position.
Zacharick hands it off to Rayleigh. Swings it right side. Bonner has it. Goes baseline. Big hop inside, and they'll call the blocking foul on Bailey as Bonner tried to make an athletic move towards the hoop.
That might have been the longest jump step that was legal that I've ever seen there by Bonner.
Yeah, I thought they were going to call the travel, but he had to foul before that. Inbounded out on top. Back into the paint to Haycock. Spins away from one defender. Goes all the way around. Uses the left hand. Can't get that to go. And then on the rebound over the back is going to be the call, I believe, on Rayleigh. And that's his second. And for the Muskies, their fifth as a team. We're still 3:41 to play here in the opening period. Muskies have 5 fouls.
Just not a lot of shot attempts by either team. John Glenn is just 1 of 4, and Cambridge is 1 of 3. 7 total attempts here by both teams.
A lot of turnovers here early. Cats get it into Oliver. Out ahead now. Kirby, and then up ahead the Cats will set up. Trent Valentine out between the circles. 3.5 left, still tied at 2. Muskies extending the defense well beyond the arc. Contesting every pass. They're not going to make it easy to get it inside the Lepla.
No, but here's our 2-3 zone by the Muskies, and they are moving in it. Moving very well, swiftly.
Cats recognizing and now reset on offense. Kirby right side to Valentine.
And if you're Cambridge, you're okay with this right now. You want to take your time, wear the defense out, keep reversing it.
Bobcats will bring it back to the top of the key and reset again. Kirby looking for a pick, gets it from Oliver, works to the right side. Valentine in the corner, down low. Lepla again through a double team, got tied on the way up. They'll call that a jump ball. And Lep dribbled right into that one as he turned to go to the basket, got the ball out there, and the defender got a hand on it. And that arrow will go back to the Muskies, a Bobcat turnover again. That's been the biggest stat for either team tonight is turnovers.
Turnovers, and Lepla is the one thing I've noticed. Every time he gets the ball, 3 or 4 Muskies converge on him, and all the teams are going to do that.
Zacharick stepped on the sideline as he got bumped a little bit. No call by the official, and that will be a Muskie turnover.
4 turnovers for John Glenn right now, 4 for Cambridge. 8 total turnovers in the game.
And 4 points, 2 for each team.
And it looks like the volleyball standard
might have popped up. Think that's what got him?
Maybe.
Probably somebody sitting with a button in the stands that can make that go up and down, right?
And it's a Cambridge fan, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure somebody's made that accusation.
2.5 left in the first period. 2-2. Down low again to Lepla. Pushed out of his spot. Cats swing it. Get it to Valentine in the corner. He got it back after his shot was partially blocked. And then they'll call the travel. He caught it and then got caught up in traffic and couldn't gather his feet. So give him an offensive rebound, but a turnover.
John Glenn subbing again, 3 more this time.
Williams back in the game, along with Nick Miner. Full court pressure across the timeline to Williams. Cats will trap him out on top. Miner hands it off inside. Little one-hander put up, and then the stick back on the miss by Bonner. And the Muskies on top 4-2, picking up full court.
First offensive rebound for the Muskies by Bonner tonight.
They've missed 2 or 3 layups.
Yes, they have.
Oliver mishandled, or he might have had a layup. Back out on top, and Bonner on the reach in, and another tie-up, this one of Valentine. And the Muskies are defensively right up in Cambridge's jersey, and they've gotten tie-ups now a few times. This one stays with the Cats.
Offensively, you've got to keep the ball moving. You just can't keep it out in front of you. They're going to swipe at it, and that's what they've been doing.
Kirby bounces into Lepla, hands it off. Valentine hard to the hoop, draws contact, but they'll call that a block. A clean one by Bonner, and it will stay to the Bobcats with 1:44 left and a 4-2 score.
Bonner showed some athleticism there, getting up in the air.
Kirby on the inbounds, baseline left side. Looking inside, nobody there. Trying to bounce it into Bailey, stolen away by Williams. He'll lead the fast break. Then the ball knocked out of his hands. Hands it off to Bonner under the basket, kicks it back out on top. Kumler to Williams. He'll slash to the paint. And the shot up and good. Did they call the foul before the shot? No, they called the charge on Williams, as he was a little out of control too. Both teams have been going to the basket like put your head down and go.
And one thing we thought from John Glenn, we were going to see a lot of 3 balls. We have not.
4-2. The Muskies with 1:27 and counting. Cats across the timeline against man-to-man pressure. Minard out on top against Valentine. Left side to Oliver. They'll give him a lane. He'll take it. Penetrating. Ball knocked out of his hand by Williams. He nearly came up with that one as it went out of bounds. Back to the Cats with 1:12 left here in the first period.
Love seeing Jack Williams give everything he got, diving full force into the cheerleaders to try to save that
Tell
ball.
how much this means to the players. We've seen a lot of them on the floor tonight early.
This has been a 100% game.
Lapla drive to the hoop. Switch to the left hand. That one off the mark. Pulled down by the Muskies. Smith pushes it up the floor. Swings it left side. Bonner back down to Smith to the hoop and in. Nice play by the Muskies. As soon as you pass the ball, you cut.
It's pass and cut, and it's cut hard.
Ball knocked away in the backcourt. And the officials say tipped by the Muskies. Stays to the Bobcats with 50 seconds left here in the first period. 6-2. John Glenn, and again, that tight full court pressure.
Situation just happened where you expect a ball got tipped and nobody expected it, and the referees didn't, and they just gave it back to Cambridge, but the John Glenn contingent was not happy with that.
Williams tagging along with Valentine up the floor, gets it inside to the corner, and Oliver passes it up again to Kirby on the penetration, kicks it over to Bailey. Open for 3, launch it off the mark, and again the Muskies with the rebound and the push. Minor all the way, coast to coast, got too far in, rebound, stick back is good by Kumler. Kumler with 4 of the Muskies' 8 points. They lead it 8-2. The Cats will go coast to coast layup by Lepla as he broke the pressure, and he's got all 4 Bobcat points.
I'm sure John Glenn's going to want to hold for 1 here if they can.
Ball knocked away, trap at half court. Kumler will split that, feed it to Bonner. Bonner scoops it up and in. And after a first quarter that saw only 4 points scored for the first 7 minutes, in the last minute, both teams lighted up a little bit, and the Muskies, as we head to the first quarter break, lead at 10-4. We'll take that break and come back with more basketball on ESPN Cambridge right after this. Back at Gene Ford Gymnasium, 10-4. The Muskies on top of the Bobcats. Took them a while to get on track, but towards the last 30 seconds, both these teams utilized the full court pressure a little bit, got a couple quick hoops.
Seems like the spacing got a little bit better at the end. One thing I did notice there when the scoring was not very high was teams were on top of each other. You had 2 offensive players within 3 feet of each other, and things were just too jammed together. Right at the end there, they started spacing things out, and saw some things happen scoring-wise.
Both teams trying to get it to the hoop, though.
Getting it to the hoop.
Layups taken, not a lot made.
A lot of trying to do some things that's not there, too. 6 turnovers for the Bobcats and 5 turnovers for the Muskies in that first quarter.
Muskies will have the first possession. Inbounded to Kumler. They'll have Bailey on him. Goes backdoor cut inside to Rayleigh. That ball knocked away, and there's another Muskie turnover. Just a step late. The Muskies with that
nice pass by Kumler. You guys got to be awake when he's passing the ball. He sees it ahead of the time.
Inside feed to Lepla. To Long. He'll take the 15-footer on the baseline. No good. Weak side rebound by Williams. Hands it off Rayleigh across the timeline. Top of the key. Down the lane. Kicks it out to Haycock. He'll launch to 3. That one an air ball. Lepla with the rebound. Haycock didn't give up on it. He was out there on the outlet trying to come up with a steal. And now still double teaming in the backcourt. Oliver will take the pass and get it across the timeline. Back to Bailey. 7-minute mark of the first half. It's 10-4 John Glenn.
John Glenn back to their pressure man-to-man.
Oliver to Long. To Lepla in the corner. He'll take that three. Cha-ching! Wow. I lost my voice on that one.
Wow.
Lepla's second three of the season. Muskies push it down the floor and inside feed to Smith. He'll get fouled on the way up. I talked to Coach Slaughter about that before the game. And Lep took a couple quick threes the other night against Dover, and he said, hey, he may be our best three-point shooter.
He's 2 of 5 now on the season, only his 5th. That may be the only open shot he gets some nights.
And Casey Smith heads the line and knocks a free throw in, the first make of the night for either team.
Drought's over. Was 0 for 6 combined for both teams. Now John Glenn 1 of 5 at the line.
Nick Oliver picked up the foul, and Lepla will take a seat as Alex Valentine will check in for a moment. Smith knocks them both down. He's got 4. The Muskies lead at 12-7. Full court pressure again. Bailey on the right side. Reverses it to Long. Out of the double team, back ahead to Bailey. He'll skip it left side to Valentine, and out in front of him too far, and the Cats an unforced error there. Just enough pressure to make him hurry things.
And it was a cross-court pass that you don't see a lot, so I'm not sure Valentine was expecting it.
Yeah, that cross-court pass from that angle typically doesn't make it that far across court.
Right, and it did that time, but just too far ahead.
Kirby checks back in for the Bobcats. Bailey takes a seat. Oliver contesting Haycock. Justin comes back down with the ball. They'll swing it left side. Into the corner. Kumler uses the dribble back to the top of the key, and Haycock. Good movement by the Muskies here, keeping the Bobcat defense guessing. Kumler fakes the three, puts it on the floor, kicks it back to Williams. And now Haycock in the corner to Rayleigh. Coming up on the 6-minute mark. Rayleigh, nice feet into paint. Smith will draw contact and head to the line again. Oliver trying to draw the charge, was a little too far into the basket that time. And Nick picks up his second. And Smith, who just knocked down a pair, gets back to the line for 2 more.
Oliver had the right idea. He was just, you're right underneath the basket. He needs to be about 2 feet further out.
And Smith, after cashing in on a pair a moment ago, cannot come up with number 3 in a row. 12-7, 6:04 left here in the first half. Muskies on top, and Smith will split the pair this time, and it's 13-7.
Muskies in like a full court 2-1-2 press, almost like a 2-3 press.
Kirby with it. Weaves through defenders over to Valentine, has to get it across the timeline, does to Kirby. Cast at about 8 seconds every time. They've got to hurry.
Yeah, 8 seconds. They drop back into the 2-3 zone. Matchup 2-3.
In the corner. Valentine will stop and pop. Nice shot by Alex Valentine. His first hoop. And the Bobcats down 13-9.
Bobcats playing great defensively right now.
Another steal by the Cats. Long trying to lead the fast break. Kicks it out to Kirby. Back to Long, top of the key. Trent Valentine trying to penetrate. Spins to his left. Kicks it out to brother Alex. His 3 short of the mark. They followed it to come right to him. Rebound Kumler. Out ahead Williams. Down the lane comes Smith. Hard to the hoop. Too hard. There's that one off the rim, and Long clears it out for the Bobcat. Lost a handle on his way up. Stolen by Williams. Inside to Haycock, and he can't get it to go. Valentine up the right side. And the Cats will bring it back to the top of the key, and then Haycock a little out of control, hustling back though. Ran right into Kirby and picks up the foul.
That last sequence was a statistician's absolute nightmare. Turnover,
steal,
rebound,
turnover,
steal,
shot, rebound,
turnover, foul.
Well, I hope you got all those because I called them all.
That's what I couldn't watch the game. I had to listen to your expertise over here.
We need the instant replay in this one. So that is going to be the 7th foul on the Muskies. They actually had 6 in the first period, but they get to number 7 here at 4:56. And Elliott Kirby to shoot the 1-and-1. First one off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound by Zachary. So the Bobcats still have not made a free throw.
0 of 3.
Another ball tapped away down in the paint. Kumler saves it. Back out on top. Corner, 3 ball. Cha-ching! Haycock. He atones for his earlier mistake. His first bucket of the night. And it's 16-9. John Glenn.
It's a quiet 7-point lead by the Muskies.
And a foul in the backcourt on the Muskies. Perkins as he gave a shove to Long, and for the next 4 minutes and 30 seconds, the Bobcats will be in the bonus.
Yeah, Bobcats defensively are playing very hard. A lot of times they're getting beat on the backdoor cuts and down the middle of the lane. They need to get somebody to get back defensively and have somebody at the midline on the defense. But
Bobcats is a team 0 of 3 at the line. Long here with the front end of a 1-and-1, puts it up and in.
1 of 4 for the Bobcats at the line tonight.
As you said in our pregame, the Cats as a team do not shoot free throws well at this point in the season. 57%. And Long there, 1 out of 2. Lepla comes in. He ties up the rebound. And the arrow belongs to the Bobcats. So give Connor Lepla credit for a hustle play there as he stepped in the paint, tapped the ball around, and then tied it up. So the Cats will get another possession. Down by 6. Kirby from the baseline right side. Lobs it out on top. Alex Valentine. Feeds it to the high post. Lepla squares up, kicks it to Long in the corner. Takes the 3 from there. That one off the mark. And pulled down by Bonner. They'll push it out ahead. Kumler chases it down, feeds it inside, gets it back. 10-foot baseline jumper off the mark, and Long for the Bobcats pulls it down out ahead to Lepla. Kirby on the right side. DeLong on the left wing. Passes up that 3. Cats get it to Lepla inside. Bangs his way to the hoop and then trying to skip it to the corner. Has it knocked out of bounds by Williams.
Longs came in and done an admirable job for Alshire. He has 3 rebounds, playing hard, playing with good defense.
Bobcats inbounded to Lepla. Trying to work his way to the basket again. Can't get it there. Long, after a dribble penetrate, kicked it back out to Valentine. To Lepla in the corner. Fakes the 3. Puts it on the floor through 4 defenders and up and in. One of them tried to draw the charge. No call there. And Lepla has just about all the Bobcats points. Another loose ball picked up by the Bobcats. Valentine over to Kirby. Layup short of the mark. And Kumler will push it the other way. 16-12, John Glenn. And they'll calm things down here a little bit. Kumler left wide open for 3. He'll take it. Cha-ching. That was just like a layup. Nobody stepped out on him. And the Muskies have hit 2 threes here their last couple possessions. Cats running the floor. Valentine to Valentine for 2. As Trent finds Alex.
Great job of Cambridge.
Nice job by Alex. He was under the hoop and had to jump back.
And what a catch, but we've seen him do that in football.
Haycock works his way to the hoop, and he'll draw the foul and then to the line, and it will be a 2-shot chance for Justin. 19-14 Muskies, and Connor Lepla has picked up foul number 2.
Yeah, these last 2 threes that John Glenn have hit, they were not contested whatsoever. One by Kumler and one by Haycock, but Cambridge had been doing a great job of contesting every shot until those last 2.
2:58 left here in the opening half. 19-14. Muskies. Haycock with a 3 earlier this period. His free throw is perfect.
10th free throw attempt for the Muskies coming up.
Sean Perkins checks in for Lepla so that he doesn't pick up his 3rd foul. 20-14. Muskies with 2:58. Haycock, second look. Follows the first. 2 for 2. Haycock with 5. He'll step out as Casey Smith logs in with 2:58 left here, and the Bobcats again facing full court pressure. Trent Valentine up the left side to Perkins. The freshman brings it into a trap, trying to reverse it. Skips it across to Kirby, and the Cats into the half-court set. Down 7.
Cats need a basket here, so taking their time working the rounds not going to hurt them here.
Right side, Kirby. They got Alex Valentine in that post now. He doesn't have the size that Lepla had.
Very small lineup out there right now for the Bobcats.
Cats trying to work the perimeter against the 2-3. Long has it left side, has the 3. Off the mark again. Rebound Long to Valentine. Trent has it inside. He'll get it to Perkins, and he leans in and knocks it in. The freshman with a deuce, and the Bobcats to within 5. 2:10 left.
Freshman comes in, big rebound and basket.
Skip pass, corner. Rayleigh slashes to the hoop, left hand, scoop shot up and in. Nice move that time by Rayleigh for his first bucket of the night.
That may have been the most athletic basket of the night we've seen there by Rayleigh.
23-16. Muskies with 144 and counting. Kirby, man-to-man pressure this time down as the Muskies have switched it up just about every time. Perkins fighting through a defender, skips it across to Long with 1:28 to go. Long over to Kirby again, trying to work off the dribble. Find Trent Valentine into a double team in the corner. Muskies will give a lot of help defense. Every time you get going to the basket, you're going to draw an extra player or two.
As well, and that's how it's taught. That's the way it should be. And they're getting all kind of help now. Right now, though, that Muskie defense has got to be getting a little bit tired.
Trent Valentine down the lane, kicks it over to Perkins. 15-footer baseline, no good. Battle for the rebound. Comes out to Bonner. Back to Raley and across the timeline. Down to the corner. Perkins. To Smith on the backdoor cut to the hoop and in. Casey Smith working well without the ball, and teammates find him. Steal on the inbound. Zacharick has it. He'll take it to the rim. No good. Skip back up and one. As Raley on the spot will draw the foul and the bonus. Bobcats again, turnovers killing them in the backcourt here, leading to easy buckets.
And you feel like that Princeton-style offense with the backdoor cuts is starting to catch a rhythm there for the Muskies. That's about 3 in a row they've got on the back door.
And that is the Muskies' trademark.
Another freshman checking in, Dominic Cork for the Bobcats.
Mason Long picked up the foul. So the Cats have a couple of freshmen in the game with Cork and Perkins. And Raley trying to complete the three-point play. Muskies missed 4 free throws in the first period. In this period, they've made 6 out of 7.
Yeah, they are 6 of 11 now for the game. Bobcats still sitting at 1 of 5 from the line.
12-point lead for the Muskies. Full court pressure with 33 and ticking left here in the first half. Perkins up the left side across the timeline. Out ahead to Cork.
Now Cork's going to spot and shoot. He's got the green light. He can shoot it from downtown.
He has it left corner. Defense closed him out quickly. Alex Valentine back to Cork. This time he'll get it off. High arcing shot. Too long and over the head. Or actually, Bonner touched it on the rebound and loses it out of bounds back to the Bobcats. So they'll have another look with 7.5 left, trailing 28-16.
John Glenn will have the ball to start the third quarter.
Nice pass by Long to Trent Valentine, who came right down the lane, got fouled on the way up as he caught it. And that foul on Smith is his second. Muskies have picked up a bunch of fouls here in the first half, but they've spread them out a little bit. Smith has 2 and Raley with 2.
When you spread them out and you have about 10 guys that can play, it doesn't amount to much, really.
Trent Valentine, the lefty, knocks it in. Trent on the season, 52% at the free throw line, is 50% on his three-pointer.
Yeah, I don't think he's taken too many, though. He's only taken, he's 3 of 6.
Hey.
3 of 6.
I was 3 of 6 one time.
Putting from 3 feet, right?
Yeah, and the second one will not get the roll. Rebounded by Smith, pushes it up the floor. Kumler, lob pass inside to Raley from half court and bounces off of his hands out of bounds as the clock hits 0, and that will bring us to the halftime break tonight. The Muskies, big second period to jump on top of the Bobcats, 28-17 at the halftime break. We'll take that break as well, give you a chance to get a cold refreshment, get reset for the second half. We'll be back with stats and scoring right after these messages.
John Glenn versus Cambridge High School basketball. Tonight's game is brought to you by Orm Hardware, Cambridge Physical Therapy, Ron Guthrie State Farm Insurance, West 40 Auto Sales, Abel's Electric Heating and Cooling, and Don't Board.
You know, when you think hardware, you think like most people from this area have for more than 130 years, and that'd be Orm Do It Best Hardware, of course. Known everywhere for a terrific selection, Orm Hardware has become the destination for whatever your needs might be. And being open 7 days a week till 8 o'clock weeknights makes it convenient too. Top name brands, helpful advice when you want it, all the services like screen and window repair, mower repair, keys made, UPS shipping. It all adds up to Orm Do It Best Hardware.
This is Chris Rocco from Cambridge Physical Therapy Center. We have been serving you in the Cambridge area since 1999 and are located at 216 Highland Avenue. We are the area's only locally owned independent physical therapy center. We specialize in physical therapy for chronic conditions, post-surgery conditions, work-related injuries, and sports injuries. We are providers for most major insurance along with Medicare, Medicaid, and workers' compensation. So when you need physical therapy, call Cambridge Physical Therapy Center at 439-7177.
Doan Ford has served our valued customers for over 50 years with superior sales and service, and that's why they say,
For the best selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, check Doan Ford.
I'm not buying till I check Doan Ford.
At Ron Guthrie Insurance Agency in Cambridge, they believe in personal one-on-one service. For banking and auto, home, and life insurance, stop by their office at 320 South 11th Street or call 432-4128 for a free quote. Ron Guthrie Insurance offers 24/7 claim service and multi-line discounts. Ron, Jill, and the staff at Ron Guthrie Insurance will personally handle all your insurance needs. That's Ron Guthrie Insurance, your friendly hometown insurance agency at 320 South 11th Street in Cambridge.
Hi, I'm George Shahady, owner at West 40 Auto Sales, where for over 25 years we specialized in selling and financing pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs for under $15,000. And here at West 40 Auto Sales, we have guaranteed financing, which means everyone gets approved. Most vehicles come with warranties and are checked by the mechanic on site to make sure your deal is right. And remember, at West 40 Auto Sales, cash always gets you a discount. So call us today at 740-439-5504 or check us out on the web at west40autosales.com and see what we can do for you.
Everything we do is in search of more go. We go, so it goes, so you can go.
Abel's Heating, Cooling, Electrical, and Refrigeration. They have 2 convenient locations in Cambridge and Zanesville to serve the area.
It's hard to stop a train.
Doan Ford has served our valued customers for over 50 years with superior sales and service, and that's why they say,
For an open, honest sales transaction, check Doan Ford.
I'm not buying till I check Doan Ford.
Free throw line, knocking down 6 of 11. All 6 of those makes in the second period, and then a couple of threes too. Haycock and Kumler knocking those in for the Bobcats. Connor Lepla, 9 first-half points. He has led the Cats, 4 from Alex Valentine. Trent Valentine with a point, Mason Long with a point, and Sean Perkins with 2. But the Muskies pretty balanced scoring in that first half. 7 from Casey Smith, 7 from Kumler, 5 apiece from Rayleigh and Haycock, 4 from Shane Bonner off the bench. And the Muskies just keep coming at you in waves.
That's the thing. They're wearing them down right now. You got to give Cambridge credit. They came out. They've played hard. You know, they lost Connor Alshire early in the game to a possible head concussion injury, and they've had some guys come in and step it up, playing hard. But you just see the pressure is just wearing on Cambridge, and nothing more telling than the backdoor cuts now that are wide open and they've probably converted on their last 3 attempts at the backdoor cut, and that's why we have a 9 or 11-point game here right now at halftime.
Well, and I would say that the Bobcats, their defensive pressure in the first quarter was so intense that they were overplaying the ball. That's just playing into the Muskies' hand, because once they get the backdoor cut working,
right,
and they did in that second period, they got a lot of layups that went in. First period they got a few, but they didn't make them.
Right, and now they are making them, and the passing is a little better. It's a rhythm. The rhythm's gotten better. It's just like anything else. Once you get in that rhythm and you want to make the good bounce pass, and they have been making the good bounce pass. And I'll tell you one other thing that's opened up at the inside lane there is the Muskies hit 2 threes, and that kind of stretches that defense out. And next thing you know, you're going to have wide open people running down the lane, and that's where we're at.
Yeah, the Muskie defense, not only their full court defense, but their half court defense frustrated the Bobcats a lot. It just made the tempo of the game something Cambridge looked unfamiliar, not unfamiliar, but uncomfortable with.
And Coach Woodard switched it up a lot. We saw man-to-man run and jump. We saw man-to-man with switching. We saw man-to-man with no switching. We saw 2-3 full court trap. We saw 2-3 back here matchup zones. So we saw a variety, 5-6 different defenses from John Glenn, and I think that took its toll on the Bobcats as well.
We are at halftime here at Cambridge High School, Gene Ford Gymnasium and the Muskies. On top of the Bobcats 28-17. We'll take another break. Get you caught up on some other stats when we come back in the second half of action right after these messages. Okay, 2 minutes.
You know, when you think hardware, you think like most people from this area have for more than 130 years. And that'd be Orm Do It Best Hardware, of course. Known everywhere for a terrific selection, Orm Hardware has become the destination for whatever your needs might be. And being open 7 days a week till 8 o'clock weeknights makes it convenient too. Top name brands, helpful advice when you want it, all the services like screen and window repair, mower repair, keys made, UPS shipping. It all adds up to Orm Do It Best Hardware.
This is Chris Rocco from Cambridge Physical Therapy Center. We have been serving you in the Cambridge area since 1999 and are located at 216 Highland Avenue. We are the area's only locally owned independent physical therapy center. We specialize in physical therapy for chronic conditions, post-surgery conditions, work-related injuries, and sports injuries. We are providers for most major insurance along with Medicare, Medicaid, and workers' compensation. So when you need physical therapy, call Cambridge Physical Therapy Center at 439-7177.
Doan Ford has served our valued customers for over 50 years with superior sales and service, and that's why they say,
For the best selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, check Doan Ford.
I'm not buying till I check Down Ford.
At Ron Guthrie Insurance Agency in Cambridge, they believe in personal one-on-one service. For banking and auto, home, and life insurance, stop by their office at 320 South 11th Street or call 432-4128 for a free quote. Ron Guthrie Insurance offers 24/7 claim service and multi-line discounts. Ron, Jill, and the staff at Ron Guthrie Insurance will personally handle all your insurance needs. That's Ron Guthrie Insurance, your friendly hometown insurance agency at 320 South 11th Street in Cambridge.
Hi, I'm George Shahady, owner at West 40 Auto Sales, where for over 25 years we specialized in selling and financing pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs for under $15,000. And here at West 40 Auto Sales, we have guaranteed financing, which means everyone gets approved. Most vehicles come with warranties and are checked by the mechanic on site to make sure your deal is right. And remember, at West 40 Auto Sales, cash always gets you a discount. So call us today at 740-439-5504 or check us out on the web at west40autosales.com and see what we can do for you.
Everything we do is in search of more go. We go, so it goes, so you can go.
Abel's Heating, Cooling, Electrical, and Refrigeration. They have 2 convenient locations in Cambridge and Zanesville to serve the area.
It's hard to stop a train.
Doan Ford has served our valued customers for over 50 years with superior sales and service, and that's why they say,
For an open, honest sales transaction, check Doan Ford.
I'm not buying till I check Down Ford.
29%. And John Glenn, who started off 0 for 4, made their next 6 out of 7, so they were 6 of 11 for 55%. And we are at 28-17 here with about 20 seconds before we start this second half.
Yeah, the Bobcats just coming out of the locker room. So they didn't get out in time to get any warm-up in.
Trying to get some more adjustments in
I think, yeah, the chalkboard talk was probably more important than
getting the shots
taking
up.
A couple of shots out.
How are we, good question. How do you, they probably want to deny passing lanes, but then when you deny them too well and the team's going back door on you, you better have somebody sitting back waiting, it's 2 passes away.
Well, you know what, we saw the Bobcats early in the season utilizing a lot of half-court trap, and we haven't seen them do that tonight.
No, they usually come out and play that 1-2-2, kind of slows the teams down, make them think a little bit. We haven't seen that, and that surprises me against a faster-paced Muskies squad.
Muskies will have the ball and the lead to start the second half. Smith, Rayleigh, Haycock, Kumler, and Williams back in the ball game. Inbounded to Haycock in the backcourt. Bobcats starters back on the floor, and the ball tapped away by Oliver. Haycock retains possession in the corner to Rayleigh, top of the key, Kumler. Right side, feed down low to Smith, kicks it back out. Muskies, I tell you what, nobody possesses it long unless they're shooting it. Haycock, left side, takes the three, rebound, Kumler, stick back on the reverse layup. That was nice.
Kumler come all the way from the backside with a reverse right-hand layup.
He came from nowhere. 30-17, Muskies' biggest lead of the night. Up ahead, Elliott Kirby, who's starting in place of Connor Alshire, who was injured in the first half. Both Valentines, Lepla, and Oliver on the court as well. Alex in the corner squares up looking for Lepla. They have denied Lepla his position in the paint all night.
Yeah, everything's getting a little tougher.
He's got it on the reverse there, switches to the left hand, can't get it to go. Rebound, tap to the corner, Kumler has it. Out ahead, Haycock gives it right back. Pushes it up the right side, feed down low, Smith, wide open, puts it up and in. Bobcats. I don't know, Cambridge got back, but they just didn't expect the attack that quick.
No, they did not. And dating back to the first half, John Glenn has made 7 of their last 8 field goal attempts.
32-17. And timeout taken by the Bobcats. And whatever Coach Slaughter drew up on the chalkboard certainly wasn't coming to fruition in the first minute and a half. We'll take the break as well. 32-17, John Glenn. Back right after this. Back at Gene Ford Gymnasium. A little rumbling and tumbling going on here by the cheerleaders. And showing some athleticism. 32-17. Muskies come out and score the first couple of buckets of the second half. And the Cats burn another timeout to try to figure this one out a little bit more.
Well, the reason it's jumped to this high is one reason. Sophomore, 6'1" sophomore, Sam Kumler doing everything, making good passes, making baskets, rebounding offensively, and that's why we're at. And this kid's got a ton of potential for him being a sophomore.
Yeah, already one of the leading scorers as the Muskies denying the inbound pass, tap it away. Trent Valentine gets it into Lepla against a double team, tries to spin baseline, and he had a triple team on him and then draws the foul. I thought he might have shuffled his feet a little bit as he was trying to work his way to the basket. They'll call the foul inside.
Connor was trapped so bad he could not do anything but just try to make headway through there, and
couldn't see daylight.
Couldn't see daylight, and he got the foul called. And
Casey Smith's third. He'll sit down, and Reese Perkins steps in, 6'1" sophomore, and Valentine will go from the right side of the basket to the left side. Skip it to the corner. Oliver steps into it, knocks it down. Nick Oliver from just inside the arc.
There's a shot you don't see very often anymore, an 18-foot jump shot just inside the line.
Williams penetrates and draws the reach as Trent Valentine got him first. I think Oliver might have got him or second there. And Valentine got his right hand heavily taped. That wasn't like that in the first half.
No, I don't remember that either. As long as wrist, it looks like.
Kumler inbounds it out to Haycock. Off the dribble, penetrates to the hoop, and he'll call the charge. Elliott Kirby holding his spot, and Haycock will pick up his second foul, and the ball goes back to the Bobcat.
Just seems like we've seen a lot of offensive fouls tonight and a lot of jump balls tonight. Held balls.
Full court pressure again. Muskies have employed this all night long, and it's had some effectiveness. Lepla will take the pass across the timeline, works against Perkins. Back out to Oliver. He'll pull up from 15, drop it again. Nick Oliver. Back-to-back baskets, and the Bobcats down by 11, 32-21. Muskies working it around the perimeter, always in constant motion. Kumler, top of the key. Right side, Rayleigh. Off the pick, finds a spot, kicks it out. Williams takes the three. Front rim, no good. Battle for the rebound inside, kept alive. Haycock comes up with it. His layup spins away. Oliver, outlet pass, tapped out of bounds, and the Cats will hold on to it. Officials letting them bang a little bit on that rebound.
Yeah, a lot going on there. Bobcats will retain possession on a 4-0 run here.
Let the Muskies set up some pressure here. 5:32 left in the period, 32-21. Both teams with a couple of hoops to start this second half. Valentine across the timeline to Oliver, who's been hot so far in the period. Alex Valentine penetrates, finds Lepla. Nice pass by Alex Valentine, and a good finish by Lepla. He's got 11, and the Bobcats have it down to single digits.
Really good play, penetration and pass to Lepla from Trent Valentine.
Muskies.
Alex Valentine, I'm sorry. Alex Valentine.
Haycock, deep three, left side, cha-ching! Haycock gets set, and when he triggers it, he's got the rhythm now. That's his second three of the night. And he's got 8 points. Cats again, battling full court pressure. Trent Valentine across the timeline. Top of the key, feeds it right side, Oliver. He goes in the paint. Got stopped in there, finds Trent Valentine from 10, couldn't get it to go. Alex Valentine rebounds it back out on top. They'll refeed to Lepla in the paint. Spins baseline, off the glass, missed it once, got it back, and one! Connor Lepla, unstoppable in the paint.
I mean, he's a throwback. You just don't see a whole lot of his type style players anymore. He's got to be difficult to guard for these guys.
He's
because
quick enough, strong enough.
Quick, strong, and he's probably 6'3", and he's got some good bounce in his jump, so and strong hands. He's just a throwback post player, and he does a good job.
Perkins picks up the foul, his second. Lepla heads the line for his first free throw of the night. And it is up and off the mark. Rebound by Haycock. Up the left side, Kumler given the lane. He'll take it all the way in, kick it out. Three-pointer by Bonner off the mark. And Kirby clears it out for the Bobcat. Trapped in the backcourt and shoved by Zacharick. As Kirby will draw the foul on Parker Zacharick, his first. For the Muskies, their fourth. 35-25. John Glenn with 4:13 left here in the third.
You know, one thing John Glenn does well, they trap well. They know when not to foul on traps, and they know when their traps beat that they need to get back, and that's what they've done a good job of that tonight.
Cats beat the pressure. Oliver on the baseline. Works against Kumler. Back out to the top of the key. Alex Valentine. To brother Trent, left side. Trying to spin his way inside, finds Lepla on the right side. Fakes the three again, kicks it out. Oliver will take the three. Cha-ching! Nick Oliver.
Just like that, it's a 7-point game.
3 buckets, including that three, and that's got the Bobcat defense picking it up a little bit as Alex Valentine knocks it out right in front of the JG bench. 3:39 left in the period, and now the Muskies will counter with a timeout. 35-28, John Glenn. We'll be back right after this. For Gymnasium, 35-28. Bobcats have cut the Muskies lead. At one time was 11. Nick Oliver, 7 in this period, including a tray to cut that lead down a little bit.
Yeah, lead got up to 15 right out of the gate, but then it back down to 11. Now you're right, it's 7.
Muskies off the timeout. Working it around the outside here. Cat defense extended. Lepla taps the ball away, loose on the floor, goes down after it, and that'll be a jump ball call. Give Connor Lepla. Might as well be a steal because it ends up being a turnover, and his effort gives it to the Bobcats on the arrow. Kumler takes a seat.
Well, I'm going to call it a turnover, but I don't keep the steal stats. We'll have to check out Mr. Sims for that.
Yep, Minor will check back in, along with Carter Buchtel for the first time, 6'4" senior.
3 turnovers in this.
Trying to find somebody big enough that can handle Lepla inside. Cats working around the outside against a 2-3 this time. Oliver, deep three. No, that's the lob pass. They went from Oliver to Trent Valentine, and we see that play usually going to Connor Alshire.
Yeah, and we saw it 3 times in a row against Marietta, and that's the first time we've seen it tonight. But basically, you got a guy that looks like he's shooting a three-pointer, badly missing it, and it's a alley-oop.
Well, that puts Valentine at the line to shoot the free throws. He'll knock the first one in. The foul on Haycock. Check that, not Haycock, but see who they put it up on the board on. That'd have been Minor, and Valentine drops a pair. That is the 15th foul on the Muskies. Cats only have 1 in this third period. Coming up on 3 minutes. Feed down low, Buchtel. Back out to Haycock. Down the lane hard. Scoops it with the left hand and in. Didn't look like there was any room for him to finish, but he was able to squeeze between defenders. Cats will go down the floor to Kirby and beat the pressure.
Very good use of the left hand there by Justin Haycock.
Wow. Just to get past the defenders was one thing. Making the shot was a bonus.
Right. Scooped it.
7-point Muskie lead. Valentine in the corner. Penetrates, throws up the left-hand runner. That one off balance and no good. Zacharick with the rebound. He'll bring it up across the timeline. Left side. Minor pulling up from 10. No good. Kirby with the rebound for the Bobcats. 7 points, 37-30. Muskies with 2:13 and counting. Kirby against Bonner. Works to the right side. Looks for Lepla. And then Bonner reached in and grabbed it away from him. And they'll call the jump ball.
Wow.
Kirby picked up the dribble to look for Lepla, and Bonner just jumped on him.
Right in front.
And that, again, should count as a steal. With that effort, it will be a turnover charged to the Bobcats on the change of possession.
With that being said, that's only Cambridge's first turnover this quarter.
Bonner at the high post, kicks it out. Haycock, they'll give him baseline, he'll take it. Kick it to the corner. 3 ball off the mark there. Lepla clears it out. Minor wide open in the corner. Could not get that one to go. Cats can cut the lead here with a make. 1:40 left in the period, 37-30. Alex Valentine left side. Oliver for 3 again. Cha-ching! His second of the period. He's got 10 all in this period, and Bobcats are within 4.
Momentum have shifted, folks. Cambridge has a ton of momentum right now.
Zacharick with Trent Valentine on him, spins away from him, kicks it over to Haycock. Again, he'll go baseline, pull up from 15, back rims it. Oliver with the rebound, pushes it up the left side. And Minor on his backside will foul him. Just a little off balance push there. And that will be number 6 on the Muskies, and they'll make some substitutions here. Kumler back in, Williams back in the game, and Rayleigh as well.
You know, Cambridge defensively has not backed away from their pressure. They've kept up with it, and I give them credit for staying with it. They believed in it, and they're only down 4 now.
Inbound, Alex Valentine. 1:08 on the clock, down to Lepla. Spins into a double team, off the glass, a little off balance that time as the defense kept him from getting a clean look. Back to the Muskies the other way. Zachary picked up the dribble, feeds it down low to Buchtel. Switches to the left hand and knocks it in. Carter Buchtel's first basket, 39-33.
Not sure if Buchtel's left-handed, but man, that was smooth.
Looked good.
Yes.
Muskies haven't gotten many post feeds tonight. With the big guy in the game, you got to feed him a little. Backdoor cut, Kirby could not handle the pass and got bailed out as Kumler touched the ball last. But that was a nice look that time by Alex Valentine. But he was sending Kirby right into the big guys.
Yes, he was. I don't know what Kirby was going to do had he made that catch.
And the inbound through the hands of Nick Oliver in the far corner, and the Cats will turn it over there. With 31 on the clock, Cambridge had a chance to cut this lead a little bit more, but Haycock will take that stoppage to get back in the game for Zachary.
Those are the turnovers you don't want. On an inbounds pass, guys open, just slips through his hands. You'd be better off shooting a 35-footer than something like that happening.
Lepla and Valentine will get a quick break as Riley Enley checks in along with Sean Perkins. 39-33, Muskies by 6. Kumler, top of the key. Haycock, right corner, feed down low. Stolen away by Oliver, and they'll say he stepped on the line. Is trying to get the post feed to Smith. With Lepla not in the ball game, the Bobcats have really no size inside right now.
Fighting for everything the Bobcats can get it down in the low post right now.
Kumler feeds it down low to Smith. He'll square up, kick it back out on top. Haycock between the circles with 12, calls a different play. He'll get a pick to his right, not use it, go baseline, lean in, and draw contact. That's all Justin Haycock right there. He saw an opportunity to draw some contact and get to the line, and he will, with 5 seconds on the clock.
Well, I'm not a coach by any means, but I saw him hit it, touch his head and say head, and everybody got out of the way. So I'm going to say that means head means Justin's going to the hole.
And he'll knock in the free throw. He is perfect at the line tonight. 11 points, and again, substitution, Zachrick and Bonner check back in. And Lepla and Valentine for the Bobcats.
Cambridge is going to have 5 seconds to shoot this, plus they're going to get the possession to start the fourth quarter.
40-33, Haycock's second free throw is money. And the Bobcats down 8, inbound. Trent Valentine across the timeline, up ahead to Kirby. Stepped on the sideline, trying to, again, that give the Muskie defense credit for forcing the Bobcats out of the middle of the floor and up the left sideline. And the Cats will turn it over again. And again, some defense substitutions here, Long and Enley and Perkins again, as the Cats will use this 1.6 seconds to give the starters a little bit more of a break.
John Glenn has to go three-quarter court here in 1.6.
A catch, a dribble, and a shot. There's the catch, the dribble, and the shot off the side of the backboard by Reese Perkins, and not good, but the Muskies maintain the lead as we head to the fourth period. It is 41-33. And John Glenn will be back right after this. Join tonight's game, 41-33. The Muskies on top of the Bobcats. To remind you, this game is being streamed live online. ABC Sports on Facebook or YRP TV on YouTube. Or you can just do it the old-fashioned way and listen to us.
Listen to us, yeah. And don't you feel weird calling it Gene Ford Gymnasium and he's
standing
right behind us, rubbing up against us?
He keeps asking for a microphone, and we are not going to give it to him. At least not one that's plugged in.
Now, there's some regulations on the radio. So
yes, there are. Federal government has regulations about those kinds of things. So the Bobcats will have the first possession of the period here. They were down 11 early in the third period, battled back, got it to within 6.
John Glenn's going to a extended zone here.
2-3, right side.
Works right off the bat.
Working to steal. Bonner with it, out ahead. Haycock, tough catch, and a foul. As Haycock was not going to get the open layup that time. Trent Valentine hustling back, picking up his second foul. Just the third on the Bobcats as a team at the John Glenn student section.
Not happy.
Not happy with that.
And that's not the timeout sign they're waving. I think that's they wanted some type of technical flagrant.
Or at least a flagrant, yeah.
Yeah.
He was reaching for the ball.
Yeah, I can understand flagrant, but not a technical.
Kumler in the corner to Rayleigh. He'll go baseline and take it to the hole and in. He gave Haley just enough room to kiss that one off the glass, and he makes the Bobcats pay for the turnover. Full court pressure, trap in the backcourt. Valentine to the timeline, over to Oliver. 7.5 left in the game, 43-33. And again, the Muskies defense pushing Cambridge way out on top to start their offense.
And that's something we haven't seen. They've extended that zone.
How many different defensive looks have you
That's
seen
got
the
a
Muskies
6 or
tonight?
7 tonight. Yeah, Muskies have shown a lot tonight.
They make you prepare for so much.
And they're experienced. These guys have played, for 2 years. This is their third year playing varsity basketball.
Oliver, right side. Again, the backdoor cut. Valentine makes the catch, couldn't make the shot, came down with it, and then traveled. If you can't catch and shoot that all in one motion, it's going to get tougher, especially, Trent's only 5'10". So once you catch that thing underneath the basket, it's going to be hard to get up there. Another Cat turnover with 7 minutes left here in the fourth period.
I believe that was the first traveling call we've seen all night.
Left side, Smith. Kicks it back out. Haycock, top of the key to Rayleigh. looking for the post feed to Smith. Instead, the backdoor cut. Lepla steps in front of Bonner, comes away with it. Bonner with the reach around, no call there. Back to Valentine, top of the key. Muskie defense back and forcing the Cats again away from the basket.
They're basically putting three guys down low and saying, take care of Lepla.
And trapping the ball wherever it's at.
Yes, they are.
Right side, Trent Valentine. The brother Alex looking for the post feed. Lepla covered up again. And the Cats will try to work that in and reverse it if they can do it quickly enough. But Lepla gets covered up. He got it there at the high post. Then three guys closed him out. He tried to put the dribble down and lost it. Muskies pushing it the other way. Haycock draws contact, no call, but the bucket good. That should have been a foul.
Yeah, it should have been. And just like that, it's up to 12 again.
Biggest lead of the night for the Muskies, 45-33, with it just under 6 left to go in the game.
Coach Slaughter will use a 30.
Coach Slaughter will use the 30. We'll take that timeout as well. 5:54 left to go in tonight's contest. 45-33, John Glenn. We'll be back right after this. For Gymnasium, hope you're listening tonight. Whatever that device might be, got a text message from one of my many fans. Well, Adam Davenport, my only fan. Adam and I will be doing Friday's game, but they're listening through TuneIn Radio.
There's another option. Yeah,
Coach Aaron Holt.
TuneIn, yes.
Aaron Holt, who will be coaching Zanesville. He's behind us. He's just listening to us live as the Bobcats penetrate and knock it out of bounds off the Muskies. So you can listen to them a variety of ways, apparently.
Yeah, that's as live as you can get.
If you want to stand right behind us and listen, hey, that may be the worst way.
Coach Ford, he's on the phone half the night, so you guys probably been listening to him too.
Lob out on top, Alex Valentine back to Kirby. 45-33, Cats down 12, need a bucket here. Oliver penetrates, kicks it back. Trent Valentine, spot three, cha-ching. Valentine had all day to eye that one up, knocked it down.
Bobcats hitting 3 threes tonight, I believe.
Most they've had in any game this season. 5:20 left in the game. Muskies with the lead in the ball. Bonner, backdoor cut. Kumler could not make it, but right there is Josh Raley to pick it up and knock it in. The stick back, extending the lead to 11. You cannot leave that backside uncovered.
No, somebody's got to have a body on somebody. In that case, you wanted to have a butt on him just to box him out.
Under 5 to play. Muskies by 11. Bobcats on the attack again. Oliver, deep three ball left side, off the mark. Lepla battling for the rebound, comes up to Smith. He'll push it up the floor. Raley down the lane, hard to the hoop. Left hand doesn't go. Tipped back up by Smith and then finally pulled down by Alex Valentine.
Raley showed some athleticism
there.
going
up
to the
there.
hole.
Just trying to finger roll it in, down low. Valentine over to Lepla and Bonner. Denied him the easy look. So Bonner picks up his second, team's 7th, but it should be a 2-shot opportunity for Connor Lepla, who has not scored for the Bobcats here in the 4th period. He had 13 through 3 periods. And puts one up here off the back of the rim a couple of times and bounces away.
I got 4 of 11.
He's 57% coming in on the season and 0 for 2 tonight.
And 4 of 11 for the game for the
something the
Bobcats.
Cats need to continue to work on. When you get those looks, you got to make them count. And Lepla short on that mark. Jack Williams, who's in the game now, comes down with a rebound, pushed up ahead. Left side, Raley. Feeds it down low, gets it right back to the hoop, and again rolls off the rim. Lepla will clear this one out. He'll push it up himself. Left side, give it up to Jaden Bailey.
John Glenn's getting to the rim. They just haven't finished.
They've missed a lot of layup
Yes,
tonight that they probably normally would make. Sometimes that contested layup, even though it's a layup, may be the hardest thing to make.
Yeah, and if they make half of those, it's good night, Mary Edgerly.
47-36. Cats again getting it inside to Lepla with some patience there, and he'll lay it up and in. His first hoop of the fourth period. 15 for him on the night, and the Cats picking up full court. Kumler trapped in the backcourt, and a timeout called by the Muskies. Coach Woodard, a look of disgust on his face as his team didn't handle the pressure well that time. 47-38 with timeout on the floor. John Glenn on top. We'll be back right after this. Back at Gene Ford Gymnasium, 47-38 our score with John Glenn on top of the Bobcats. 3:42 left here. John Glenn has led this thing all the way. The Cats have made a couple of runs at him, but the Muskies have been equal to the task every time.
Yes, they have. Every time Cambridge cuts it within 7-8 points. The Muskies usually go on like a little 4-0 run just to get it back up to double digits.
Kumler splits defenders, feeds it off to Smith. He will finish. Give Sam Kumler a lot of the credit for that, of drawing the defense to him. Smith with the easy finish that time. Lepa trying to take it coast to coast, kicks it in the corner to Long. Skip pass right side. The Bailey in the right corner. He'll take it to the basket, and contact there. On top and down below as Haycock trying to draw the charge will pick up his third foul. And Bailey head to the line.
There have been many kids tonight. Justin Haycock, probably that's his fourth or fifth attempted charge tonight. A lot of kids taking the shots for the charge.
Bailey heads the line. He'll knock one in. 1 of 3 at the line tonight for Jaden Bailey. 49-39, 3:13 to go. Second free throw's up, and that one pops in and out. Lepla fights for the rebound, sticks it up and in. All Connor Lepla on that one, and it's 49-41. Cats trapping out on top against Rayleigh. Finds Williams, nearly travel with it, throws it to the corner. Haycock saves it in bounds. Smith takes it to the hoop, no good. Rebound tapped around and loose on the floor. And that's going to be a tie-up as Lepla reached down and ripped it out of there. But this one's going to be a jump ball call, and the arrow favors the Muskies.
Back to this first quarter action. This is what we saw. People all over the floor. They may want to clean up the mess down there, but they're going to let it go.
8-point John Glenn lead. They will have it baseline right side. Kumler on the trigger here. Kicks it to Haycock in the corner. Looked for the post feed. Now uses the dribble to the foul line. Bobcat doubling there. Finds Smith, slash into the hoop. Can't get it to go. Rebound, battled for. And finally, I think Oliver comes out of there with it. And Casey Smith had just picked up foul number 4, I believe. If they kind of pointed at him and he shakes his head.
Yeah, he's shaking his head.
Which means he's the one with the foul because he disagrees that should have been a foul. That's every player disagrees most of the time.
Next year, I hear they're implementing the rule where you have to raise your hand, and I'm sure that will go over really well.
I always love doing that. So that sends Oliver to the line. That's the 9th foul on the Muskies, and Oliver shoot 1 and 1 with 2:39 to go and an 8-point Muskie lead. And Oliver's free throw banked in. I don't know if I heard him yell that just at the last second. Glass!
You don't see too many bank. You see it in the state tournament, usually the first free throw for some team. They're so nervous they bank it in.
Second one, and that one is all net. A little more conventional. I thought I heard him say net that time. And Trent Valentine, blocking call in the backcourt there, trying to keep Kumler from going up the right side. And Coach Slaughter trying to buy the officials there and say, I think it might have been a little forearm as Kumler might have been shoving him off the other way.
Still a 6-point game.
6-point. That's as close as the Cats have gotten in this half. 2:36 left. Only Cambridge's 4th foul. Valentine's 3rd. Up ahead. Haycock from the corner. No good. Lepla with the rebound. Clears it out to Oliver. 2-on-2. He'll take it himself all the way down. Pull up. Kiss it off the glass. No good. Rebound. Valentine. His shot will not go. Alex had a good look at it there, but it hung on the rim. And the Muskies clear it out. And a timeout taken by John Glenn once again. 2:13 remains in the game. We'll keep it here for this timeout. 49-43, key point in the ball game here with Cambridge only having 4 team fouls. They've got to chase John Glenn a lot here to get the Muskies at the line.
Well, right now, John Glenn doesn't look like they're going to pull it out. Now, this may be the timeout that Coach Woodard called and said, hey, we're going to make them foul us, and we're going to win this game at the line. But right now, it doesn't look like they're going to stop and play keep away. But got to give Cambridge credit, man. They've worked their tails off. Everybody, even coming off the bench, they've had young guys come in and play hard defensively. And they played really well tonight, and they've kept John Glenn in check.
Well, I think this timeout might be exactly what you're talking about in the fact that on the last possession, the Muskies hurried and took a 3 from the corner.
Yeah.
Now, they've made a couple of threes in the half, but only 2 in the whole game.
Yes.
And then Coach Woodard looking at that clock and saying 2.5 minutes, and we're taking threes with this lead. So you might see him just run a lot of motion here and get layups or nothing.
Layups or nothing, and it's got to be why it can't be the backdoor cut. They've struggled with the backdoor cut this second half. Cambridge has done a nice job of not only being in the passing lane, but defending that backdoor cut. So
well, Smith's been the guy they wanted to go to inside all night here, and he's back in the game. Although he has 4 fouls, he's playing on the offensive end, and he's had a lot of looks at the rim that have just rimmed in and out.
Yes,
so
yes.
He's got to 11 in the game tonight. Probably could have about 16 if he'd have made a few more of those.
That is true.
So they will
inbound right in front of Cambridge's bench.
3-quarter court here. The Cats are going to pick up full court. Williams gets it in to Rayleigh. Trapped in the backcourt, gives it up to Haycock. Up ahead of Williams, and they'll pull it back on top. 2:06, and here we go. Muskies into that motion. Cats pushing them way out on top. Over to Kumler.
I'd say it's about time to start. Got to get 3 fouls.
Muskies handling the Bobcat pressure so far. Reverse it over to Haycock, and nobody on him. And Cambridge trying to double the ball any chance they get, and there's a foul. Nick Oliver, I believe, has just picked up his 4th. So really, the Cats don't have guys in the game in that situation with a lot of fouls to give. Oliver's got 4. Valentine's got 3, and Lepla with 2. So they will make a couple of substitutions here. Lepla goes out. Perkins comes in. Here comes Elliott Kirby for Valentine.
It's crews in just to
and
they've
Riley
got
Henley.
fouls. They've
Riley
got
Henley
fouls.
checks in. So yeah, they've got this crew has fouls to give. Haycock takes the inbounds. Henley steps up on him. Here comes the double team, and Rayleigh in the corner trying to spin out of the double team, and they'll call the shove. And it will be a corner inbound.
Yeah, well, that's the first thing you want to do is keep it out of the corners if you're John Glenn, and kind of got bailed out there with a foul call.
Perkins with the foul. Team's 6. So the next one gets the Muskies to the line. 1:35 to go. Inbound to Smith. Back in the corner to Kumler. Now Haycock. And the double team coming. He'll give it up to Williams. Kumler down low. Smith kicks it right back out on top, and the Muskies playing keep away expertly. Haycock to Williams, and they'll call the foul as it gets to Williams. They don't want to foul Haycock.
No, and I might have fouled the sophomore just because he might be 0 for 2 tonight. The Kumler.
Yeah, Kumler is 0 for 2 at the line.
Might have fouled him, but this.
So that'll make the Bobcats will make a line change here. Bailey, Oliver, Valentine, and Lepla back into the game as Jack Williams head to the line. Jack tonight, no points and no free throw attempts.
Just as good as any, I guess.
Front end of the 1-and-1 right here, puts it up and in.
Smooth as silk.
He acts like he does this every day in practice.
I think he actually looked up here at us and said, what are you guys even doubting up there?
If I had said like he's made 25 in a row, then you miss one.
Probably you maybe banked it in, though. Who knows?
Second free throw. Money.
He never hit the rim either time.
Those were perfectly done. Nice arc. Sam's got himself a couple of points. Big free throws there. You got to figure if a guy's handling the ball in this situation in the game, you believe he's going to make free throws. He's not out there because he can't do it.
Exactly.
Oliver takes the inbounds, and as he head down the court, lost control of the ball. Cat turn it over. Out ahead, Haycock's layup a little late under the basket, tapped away by Lepla, and Oliver brings it the other way for the Bobcat. And the pass by Long. And Haycock got a hand on that one. And gets the tie up. The arrow favors the Bobcats. And Cambridge just a little lazy on that pass. Oliver and Long out on top trying to tip it back and forth. I don't know how many turnovers Cambridge has tonight, but it's...
I believe they are at 16. Well, so actually they're a little bit below their average.
Just a tad, but we got 50 seconds to go. Cats are down by 8. Oliver posts up in the left corner. He'll take the pass. They'll close him out. He'll penetrate, hang in the air, and have his shot blocked. At 5'9", that's a tough place to go. Long outlet. Smith will take it in and draw the foul on Kirby. And Casey Smith will shoot 2. Smith tonight 3 of 4 at the line. He'll get 2 looks here and a chance to extend the Muskie lead to 10 points again.
And John Glenn said, "The heck with that pressure. We're just going to go. We're going to go score layups."
34 seconds left in the game. Smith's free throw off the back of the rim a couple of times. Lepla.
Must be. Oh,
that was a 2-shot foul.
Two-shot foul.
It was not 1 and 1. And say Lepla had the rebound.
Yeah, because he was in the act of
Coach
shooting.
Slaughter questioning the official here just to make sure. Well, time ran off the clock there. So he said, we lost a second there. Maybe that second will mean something. But
do you remember back in the day when they didn't have the decimals, 33.7?
I remember back in the day when they had the old windy clock that when you turned it off, it still drifted for a second or two.
If you had to put time back on, you'd have to start at 1 minute and go down and stop it at the right time.
Second free throw by Smith, and that was no good. Rebound controlled by Trent Valentine. Out ahead to Lepla. Up the left side. Under 30 to go. Hands it off to Oliver, right side. Bailey in the corner. Nobody taking the shot for the Bobcats. Bailey under the basket trying to kick it to Lepla in the corner and knocked out of bounds by the Muskies. So 22.9, it's 51-43.
And the absolute
they're
last
call
thing
foul,
you want to do is foul.
I didn't see the foul call. So Bailey will head to the line and he'll shoot 2. 10th team foul on the Muskies. And the sophomore back rims this one right back at him.
Yeah, you don't want to. It might be a little different here, up 8, but you don't want to foul the team that's down 8 and give them a chance to score 2 points with the clock not running.
Second free throw by Bailey, and that's good. His second make at the line tonight in 6 attempts. And the Bobcats will take a 30-second timeout. 51-44. Just about 22 or 23 seconds left on the clock. The Cats need a lot of things to go well for them here. They still got a couple timeouts.
Yep.
But if they foul, they're going to have John Glenn at the 1-and-1 at least one more time. So.
Yep, go for steal. If you don't get the steal, foul right away no matter who that person is. You're going to have to foul them. And if you're the Bobcats, you got to hope that they miss the front end, come down and down 7, see what happens. If you're the Muskies, you make 1 here. It's a 7-point game, so we're at three possessions. So you make 2, it's still 3 possessions, but that way they can only tie with 3 threes. So.
And the Muskies have their best free throw shooters in the game. Williams is going to take it out of bounds, but we just saw him make 2 a minute ago. He's got Kumler and Haycock that he's going to throw it to.
A full deny here by the Bobcats. 2 timeouts left for both teams. And there's the home run. It's still short, though.
Got a little air under that one. Kumler will chase it down, though. And the Cats don't catch up with him. And now, finally, Alex Valentine will reach in with 18.8 to go. Valentine's second foul of the night.
It's always fun to watch high school players try to intentionally foul. Foul at the end. And I think they feel awkward doing it.
Yeah. And then the offensive guy takes offense if you get a little bit too much of it.
Yeah.
You're going to get fouled.
Exactly. Yeah, that's something you probably need to work on in practice. This is how we're going to work on fouling.
Suck it up, Buttercup. They're coming after you, right?
Yes.
And Kumler cannot connect along with the rebound, so the Cats foul works this time. Trent Valentine penetrates to Lepla. His 3 from the corner, air ball. And the Muskies, Bonner clears it out ahead. Rayleigh will catch it and dribble the clock out. Back out on top, Kumler with 3 to go. And that's going to do it. Muskies escape the Katzler with a W tonight, their fourth of the season. John Glenn moving to 4-0 on the season with a 51-44 win over the Bobcats. Cats will see their record slip to 2-4. Once again, tonight's final score. The Muskies stay unbeaten on the season, 51-44 winners over the Bobcats. Stay tuned. Our post-game wrap-up coming up along with our Crino's Pizza Player of the Game. We'll be back right after these messages.
You know, when you think hardware, you think like most people from this area have for more than 130 years. And that'd be Orm Do It Best Hardware, of course. Known everywhere for a terrific selection, Orm Hardware has become the destination for whatever your needs might be. And being open 7 days a week till 8 o'clock weeknights makes it convenient too. Top name brands, helpful advice when you want it, all the services like screen and window repair, mower repair, keys made, UPS shipping. It all adds up to Orm Do It Best Hardware.
This is Chris Rocco from Cambridge Physical Therapy Center. We have been serving you in the Cambridge area since 1999 and are located at 216 Highland Avenue. We are the area's only locally owned independent physical therapy center. We specialize in physical therapy for chronic conditions, post-surgery conditions, work-related injuries, and sports injuries. We are providers for most major insurance along with Medicare, Medicaid, and workers' compensation. So when you need physical therapy, call Cambridge Physical Therapy Center at 439-7177.
Doan Ford has served our valued customers for over 50 years with superior sales and service, and that's why they say,
For the best selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, check Doan Ford.
I'm not buying till I check Down Ford.
At Ron Guthrie Insurance Agency in Cambridge, they believe in personal one-on-one service. For banking and auto, home, and life insurance, stop by their office at 320 South 11th Street or call 432-4128 for a free quote. Ron Guthrie Insurance offers 24/7 claim service and multi-line discounts. Ron, Jill, and the staff at Ron Guthrie Insurance will personally handle all your insurance needs. That's Ron Guthrie Insurance, your friendly hometown insurance agency at 320 South 11th Street in Cambridge.
Hi, I'm George Shahady, owner at West 40 Auto Sales, where for over 25 years we specialized in selling and financing pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs for under $15,000. And here at West 40 Auto Sales, we have guaranteed financing, which means everyone gets approved. Most vehicles come with warranties and are checked by the mechanic on site to make sure your deal is right. And remember, at West 40 Auto Sales, cash always gets you a discount. So call us today at 740-439-5504 or check us out on the web at west40autosales.com and see what we can do for you.
Everything we do is in search of more go. We go, so it goes, so you can go.
Abel's Heating, Cooling, Electrical, and Refrigeration. They have 2 convenient locations in Cambridge and Zanesville to serve the area.
It's hard to stop a train.
Doan Ford has served our valued customers for over 50 years with superior sales and service, and that's why they say,
For an open, honest sales transaction, check Doan Ford.
I'm not buying till I check Down Ford.
I mean, they were 19 of 44. They did not shoot great from the field, but not bad. But they missed a lot of layups tonight.
They did.
And,
they were contested. Give
yes.
Cambridge's defense some credit there, as the Bobcats were playing for the backdoor cut. They got bodies in the way, and you know, anytime you're going to the basket and it's not a clean layup, you got people flying at you.
Yeah.
You're trying to make sure you get it off in time, and a little bit too much spin tonight. We saw how many times Casey Smith, who finished with 11, but he probably missed 4 or 5 layups that just hung on the rim, and fell out.
And you're right, they were contested. Cambridge did an excellent job of at least trying to get to the rim, and the layups, they were full speed layups.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to catch the ball going full speed and go up with your left hand or your opposite non-dominant hand, and that could have been a reason why John Glenn was struggling there.
Yeah, several times tonight, though, we saw guys switching from the right hand to the left hand, to the left hand to the right hand. You know, guys today have have honed their game to the point where you can't tell sometimes when guys go to the lane like that whether they are right-handed or left-handed.
Right, and that's one thing I've noticed since I've been in this business with you is, I do not know. I used to, when I was in coaching, you always, that's one of the first things you looked at. This guy shoots right-handed, this guy shoots left-handed.
Force him to his left, force him to his right.
Yeah, exactly, and you're right. There's some very skillful handlers of the ball out there nowadays, and that's the point we're at in basketball now.
Let's take a look at the scoring tonight. Closing this one out, a Muskies win. They are now 4-0. The Bobcats dropping to 2-4 as Casey Smith with 11 points for the Muskies. He was 3 of 6 at the line. 9 for Josh Raley tonight. He went 1-1 at the line. Justin Haycock leading the Muskies in scoring tonight with 13. Nailed a couple of threes. Perfect 4-4 at the line for the senior. Sam Kumler tonight, the sophomore. Pretty solid night there. He knocked down a 3. 9 points for him. Shane Bonner off the bench for 4. Carter Buchtel had 2. And Jack Williams, 2 of 2 at the line as well, as the Muskies 10 of 17 as a team at the line. Hit 3 threes as a team as well. For the Bobcats, Nick Oliver finished with 12 points. His high of the season, probably a career high, I believe, for Nick as well. Hit a couple of threes and two free throws as well. And most of his scoring came in that third period when the Bobcats were down double digits. He battled them back to within 5 or 6, as close as Cambridge would get down the stretch. 17 points for Connor Lepta to lead all scorers, but Lepta tonight again struggling at the free throw line, 0 for 3 there. And he knocked down a 3, I believe, early in the game tonight. So actually the Bobcats had 4 threes as a team, but only 6 of 12 at the line tonight. Trent Valentine with 6 points, Alex Valentine with 4, Mason Long with 1, and Sean Perkins off the bench with 2 points. So the Bobcats 6 of 12 at the line, 4 threes as a team. But the turnovers really causing the Bobcats some problems tonight and leading to a lot of buckets for the Muskies.
Yeah, and that's been the problem for the Bobcats all year. Although, they were averaging almost 20 a game. Tonight they had 16. But, when you get a give the ball directly to a John Glenn type team, they're going to go down and they're going to be efficient and probably put points on the board.
And as a player and a coach, you look back and that, now with the huddle video, coaches and players will be able to see this video almost instantly. They'll be able to go home. And by the way, you can see it almost instantly too if you're streaming it, or we'll have it on our podcast a little bit later. Go home, you'll be able to go to the station website, pull it up, and watch it again. And
there it is.
Merry Christmas, listen to us again, too. We're in a giving mood.
Now, the volume is optional, I believe, on the internet.
Yes, it is. So our final score, 51-44, the Muskies over top of the Bobcats. We're going to take one more timeout. We'll come back. Mike will have his final stats. We'll have our player of the game, and we'll close it out here. A Muskie victory tonight, 51-44. Back right after this.
When you think hardware, you think like most people from this area have for more than 130 years. And that'd be Orm Do It Best Hardware, of course. Known everywhere for a terrific selection, Orm Hardware has become the destination for whatever your needs might be. And being open 7 days a week till 8 o'clock weeknights makes it convenient too. Top name brands, helpful advice when you want it, all the services like screen and window repair, mower repair, keys made, UPS shipping. It all adds up to Orm Do It Best Hardware.
This is Chris Rocco from Cambridge Physical Therapy Center. We have been serving you in the Cambridge area since 1999 and are located at 216 Highland Avenue. We are the area's only locally owned independent physical therapy center. We specialize in physical therapy for chronic conditions, post-surgery conditions, work-related injuries, and sports injuries. We are providers for most major insurance along with Medicare, Medicaid, and workers' compensation. So when you need physical therapy, call Cambridge Physical Therapy Center at 439-7177.
Doan Ford has served our valued customers for over 50 years with superior sales and service, and that's why they say,
for the best selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, check Doan Ford.
I'm not buying till I check Doan Ford.
At Ron Guthrie Insurance Agency in Cambridge, they believe in personal one-on-one service. For banking and auto, home, and life insurance, stop by their office at 320 South 11th Street or call 432-4128 for a free quote. Ron Guthrie Insurance offers 24/7 claim service and multi-line discounts. Ron, Jill, and the staff at Ron Guthrie Insurance will personally handle all your insurance needs. That's Ron Guthrie Insurance, your friendly hometown insurance agency at 320 South 11th Street in Cambridge.
Hi, I'm George Shahady, owner at West 40 Auto Sales, where for over 25 years we specialized in selling and financing pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs for under $15,000. And here at West 40 Auto Sales, we have guaranteed financing, which means everyone gets approved. Most vehicles come with warranties and are checked by the mechanic on site to make sure your deal is right. And remember, at West 40 Auto Sales, cash always gets you a discount. So call us today at 740-439-5504 or check us out on the web at west40autosales.com and see what we can do for you.
Everything we do is in search of more go. We go, so it goes, so you can go.
Abel's Heating, Cooling, Electrical, and Refrigeration. They have 2 convenient locations in Cambridge and Zanesville to serve the area.
It's hard to stop a train.
Doan Ford has served our valued customers for over 50 years with superior sales and service, and that's why they say,
For an open, honest sales transaction, check Doan Ford.
I'm not buying till I check Down Ford.
Back at Gene Ford Gymnasium, closing out this one, a Muskie victory tonight over the Bobcats, 51-44. John Glenn, the final score. The Muskies led at 10-4 at the end of one, 28-17 at halftime, 41-33 through 3 periods, and then withstood several runs by the Bobcats late and held on for the 51-44 final score. Leading scorers tonight for the Muskies: Justin Haycock with 13, Casey Smith with 11 for the Bobcats. Connor Lepla 17, and Nick Oliver 12, 10 of his 12 coming in that third period where the Bobcats closed a double-digit deficit down to about 5. So it was a tough night probably statistically because it was not a pretty game, but it was one of those games where you often see rivalries go. Is it physical, contesting everything, bodies on the floor.
Hard played.
Hard play.
That still makes me think, and our thoughts are still with the Alshire, Connor Alshire and his family, because he did take a shot in the, looked like in the side of the head and had some blood and probably was disoriented for a time, and we just hope that he's okay. But statistically speaking tonight, nothing stands out, nobody shot the ball extremely well, but Cambridge was 16 of 38 for 42%. John Glenn was 19 of 44 for 43%. Rebounding, John Glenn out-rebounded Cambridge 30-28. John Glenn had 6 offensive rebounds. Cambridge had 5 offensive rebounds. In the turnover department, we've discussed pretty much all night, the Bobcats had 16, which is a little bit less than what they've been averaging, and John Glenn had 12. But of John Glenn's, they had 8. 8 turnovers in the first half and only 4 in the second half.
When you think about all those statistics, and they are pretty even in many respects, the rebounding pretty close and everything, but the one thing that gave the Muskies maybe that advantage, 4 more possessions on those turnovers. And when you win by 7 points, there's your 4 possessions.
And 4 more possessions, they also had 6 more shot attempts. So that's exactly what happens, and you just can't. 16, that's better for Cambridge. That's a better number, but it's still got to be lower. Where John Glenn's at now at 12, that's just a hair high, and that's going to. And I'm sure Coach Woodard's thinking the same thing. 12's a little bit too much. We got to keep that under double digits, and that's what both teams are going to probably strive for later.
Yeah, and they're steps in the right direction. Again, Cambridge turning the ball over that lead directly to baskets. They did that several times tonight, and Muskies picking up some easy baskets. But credit John Glenn's defense. They were smothering the Bobcats in many respects tonight that led to a lot of those easy buckets for them. They worked for them.
They were fantastic defensively.
And again, our thoughts going out with Connor Alshar. You were talking a little bit about the blow that he took to a head, scrambling for a ball on the ground. He's a tough kid. He'll bounce back, and he'll be in the lineup as soon as he's certainly capable. I think back to the days when you and I played, and if you did that, they'd put a Band-Aid on it, crack a little smelling salt, some ammonia under your nose. They might give you a couple of minutes on the bench.
Right. He's all right.
Get back in there.
Yeah, and not even think about anything, about.
I know. That's a different day and a time, and probably one of the reasons we can't find the keys to our car today.
That's probably a lot of truth to that. Well, hey, too, also thank Mary for the delicious, traditional hardtack candy we usually get around Christmas. Makes my breath smell good, and it sure does taste good.
Yeah, don't tell anybody you got that. But they'll all want some of that.
Now the whole
press
box
wants some. Wanting some up here. About time for our Player of the Game. Tonight's Bobcat Player of the Game, sponsored by Crino's Pizza of Cambridge. Player of the Game will get a large one-item pizza, 2 liters of pop. Call Crino's Pizza of Cambridge in the Dewey Avenue Center at 740-432-2200 for pickup or delivery. In our Cambridge Player of the Game, a sponsor for Cambridge, Nick Oliver. Big third period for Nick. Got the Bobcats back in the ball game. And on the floor, he's one of those guys scrambling around out there tonight, leaving some skin on the hardwood. So Nick Oliver, our Crino's of Cambridge, Player of the Game tonight. Connor Lepla, certainly one of the finalists there. He's had a fine season for the Bobcats, too. Came in averaging 23, a little bit below his average tonight. But the Muskies did everything they could to keep the ball out of his hands. And when he got it, he still finished against double and triple teams all night.
He never ceases to amaze me. 3-4 guys, sometimes even 5 converging on him. But that's the way it's going to be for Connor all year. They're going to come looking for him, so he's going to have to become a big-time passer now. How to kick it back out and hit. Somebody's got to stand up.
I would say he reminds me, if I would watch have to go back to AVC World Headquarters and watch some of the archive tape that we have. But he probably would remind me of a young Mike Snively at one point paddling inside. But I know better, because a young Mike Snively would be standing outside the three-pointer.
That is true.
Or launching bombs.
Waiting for somebody to give me. Hand up in the air. Let's go. I'm over here, guys.
I'm open.
I was always open. I was open when I walked in the gym.
Final score tonight. Muskies on top of the Bobcats, 51-44. Want to thank Adam and Amy here doing the video streaming, and hopefully you enjoyed that as well. We'll bring you some other games as the season goes on. Back at the station, Taylor Heil, our engineer on the board back there. Outstanding job again. For the entire AVC crew, I'm Bill Kafuri. Till Friday, we'll talk to you then as the Zanesville Blue Devils invade Gene Ford Gymnasium. We'll have all that action for you here. Good night, everyone.
John Glenn versus Cambridge High School basketball. Tonight's game is brought to you by Orm Hardware, Cambridge Physical Therapy, Ron Guthrie State Farm Insurance, West 40 Auto Sales, Abel's Electric Heating and Cooling, and Doan Ford. This has been a presentation of ABC Communications.